Welcome to my first ever tier list video, and I think the first thing that I want to rate on this channel is breakfast foods, because breakfast is the first meal of the day. Everyone needs a good hearty breakfast, but you don't want to eat some trash D tier food when you can have S tier breakfast. And I'm gonna break it down for you, so you don't even have to bother thinking about what you're gonna eat. Just eat what I tell you to. Cereal. Okay. Everyone knows this is easy S. But now, I don't like putting the first thing I rate as an S, because, I would like to consider myself a picky ranker, but cereal, okay, if we're going all the cereals, like cornflakes, D. It's bland, it doesn't taste like but like Cinnamon Toast Crunch or like, some other good sugary cereals, that's S. Easy S. What the f is this? I see ham, cheese, bread. Honestly, it looks pretty good, but I don't know what the hell that is. I'm gonna go, honestly, I would eat it. I like fucking ham, cheese, bread. It doesn't look that bad, honestly. I have no clue what it is, but it doesn't look bad. B. Okay. I love hash browns, but I hate these hash browns. I don't like these hash browns. I like the patties, or the basically tater tot shaped ones, the circle ones. These, they're just not crispy. When I think of a hash brown, I want like a nice, crispy, greasy hash brown. And these are just, they're not that, in my opinion. So, C. They're C. Okay. English muffin. Now, when I rank these, I'm gonna go on all the variety. So, whatever you like to put on your English muffin, that's what I'm ranking it on. Not just butter, not just the image. Now, this one's tough, because this one's pretty much, toast versus English muffin. That's pretty much what I'm ranking right now. Which one do I prefer? And honestly, I think for breakfast, English muffin is better. I honestly do, because one, sandwiches. There's a lot of breakfast sandwiches you can make with an English muffin. Toast, you can do one with, a breakfast sandwich with toast, but eggs and sausage patties, look, they perfectly fit. They match. They're meant to be. They're peas in a pod. So for that, I'm going B. It's a good, consistent, staple food. I'm not gonna put toast in C, because I also think it should be in B. Okay, well, hold on. I'm dropping this to C. I don't know what the this is. I'm going C. Sausage. Okay, so this, I'm ranking it on all sausage forms. The links, the patties, you name it. But honestly, I'm a bacon kind of guy. If I had to choose sausage or bacon, I'm choosing bacon. So, but that's the thing. Just because I prefer bacon doesn't mean sausage is bad. B. Like a low B, like a B minus. If there was a B minus, I'd put it there. Alright. Eggs. When you think of breakfast, you think of eggs. If you think of a full-on feast for a morning breakfast, eggs are in it. They're him, alright? But here's the thing. Okay, I see other eggs on this list. We got scrambled eggs, and then these type of eggs. Oh, we also got hard-boiled eggs. I'm just gonna group all these together and just say eggs. Alright, so one rating for all of them. Now, eggs are versatile. You can have, they have 3 flavors of eggs right here in this list, and there's way more. Also, eggs you can use for cooking, which I know this isn't really made for, but when I think of a breakfast food, I think of eggs. I think they deserve S along with cereal. But there are months where I'll go and eat eggs every single day, and then there'll be months where I don't even want eggs. They just disgust me. But I think those months where you want eggs, they're S. What the is this? I, I don't even know what this is. Is that a bagel? Is that it? It looks like just bread, and it looks like dry bread. D. Muffins. I mean, muffins are right. Who doesn't love like sugary breakfast? Hey, you're gonna have to crucify me for this. D. I hate avocado. I just hate the texture. It's like eating baby. This literally looks like baby. You slathered it on toast. I can't. D. Cinnamon rolls. Now, there's no sweet sugary nut on these ones, but I mean, come on. If I showed up to the table and there was cinnamon rolls, you know for sure I'm grabbing them. I'm putting them. I mean, honestly, they're amazing. That's an easy S. Fruit. Okay. Once I got older, fruit slowly went from like D to C to B to A. Honestly, now it's S for me. Like I said with cinnamon rolls, if I went to a table full of breakfast foods or like a buffet, right? I'm getting breakfast on a cruise or in the hotel, and there's fresh fruit, chopped up strawberries, pineapple, grape, mandarin oranges. I'm getting a whole side of fruit every single time. I mean, I'll never pass it up. That, in my opinion, that's what makes an S tier breakfast. I'm not gonna pass it up, so it's going on S. Okay. Parfaits. Not gonna lie, I love them. I love them. They're A. Honestly, they're A. I wouldn't eat one every day, so I'm not giving it S. I think they're great, but they can get old real quick if you eat them every day. Like I can eat fruit every day, you know. I could eat eggs every day for a few months. Cereal I could eat every day. Parfait, I could eat like 4 out of 5 days. You know, that's why I'm putting it A. Same with muffins. You know, I don't want a muffin every day, but 3-4 times a week, I'll eat a muffin. Ham. You know, I really like this style of ham and I never eat it for breakfast. Like, genuinely, I never cook this for breakfast. If someone made it, I would not be disappointed, by all means, but it's like a C, honestly. Like, I'm not super stoked if I pull up to the table and there's ham. Like, if there was cinnamon rolls, I'd be jizzing myself, but ham, no. Bacon, alright. Like I said earlier, I'm a bacon guy over sausage. Like, that crispy, nice, like, piece of bacon tops any other breakfast meat any day of the week. Okay, these. I don't know what they're called, but I've had them before. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. They're not bad. I'm giving them C. They're not whatever the thing is or this thing, but I'm not a fan. What the is this? It looks like orange corn. Alright, I'm giving it a D, not because I don't like it, but because I have no idea what it is. Potatoes, breakfast potatoes? Okay. These are kind of the same as these hash browns. I like, you know, potato wedges and all that bullshit, but they're just kind of weird. They're not that great. They're kind of a waste. Like, I would rather eat something else than these. So, see. Are these crab cakes? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what these are either. So, they look kind of bomb though. I'm not gonna lie, they look pretty good. So I'm giving them C. don't take that rating too seriously because I'm not sure what they are. Okay. Biscuits and gravy. I think that's what this is. I used to hate on biscuits and gravy. I didn't know what it was. I didn't want to try it. But I fucking biscuits. I could eat like 6 Popeye biscuits with no water and I'd be perfectly fine. I'd be in heaven actually. So before, they used to be a D. But now honestly, like they're like an A for me. I get them like probably, yeah, like if I'm at a breakfast spot and I see biscuits and gravy on the menu, I'm getting those. Is this bologna or is this like ham too? I'm putting it in the same place simply because I don't know what the sausage. I'm giving it the same ranking as this sausage, but I do like this like link better than the patty. So I'm putting it above it. Oatmeal. Okay. Oatmeal is like bread in English muffin. Alone, it's not great, but when you add to it, it can be a really good like foundation, and you can make something good out of it. So I feel like I gotta give it, be this fucking English muffin, toast, oatmeal. They're all like, the base. They're like the buns. So none of them. If I was ranking them just on toast, just on English muffin, just on oatmeal, they'd be like D. No one wants plain oatmeal or plain toast. But you can add to them. That's what brings them up. Pancakes, okay. Come on. S. If you don't like pancakes, you're weird. And they're also like oatmeal, English muffins, toast, but they actually taste good alone as well. Like they don't, like, if you add to them, it makes them even better than what they already are. Alone, they're probably like an A, but then you can make them like SS. Okay. Pancakes versus French toast. That's always been a big debate in the breakfast community. Honestly, I think they're both the same. I really do. One thing I noticed is there's no waffles in this list. So I'm gonna add waffles up in S as well. Those three are all kind of the same. They're like the Chad versions of English muffin, toast, and oatmeal. They're like the superior. But they just taste good. Cause you don't put syrup on I mean you can, but you normally do it on pancakes, French toast, waffles. Especially the frozen ones. I don't know why I up those frozen waffles. Now this is what I'm talking about. These hash browns are amazing. Hey, I love these. They're way better than these in my opinion, and whatever the these are. Although these are the same thing. Oh, so they're going C. But back to the hash brown. These hash brown patties from McDonald's are amazing. They're a classic. If I go to McDonald's breakfast, you have to get one of those. Like, no doubt, no question asked. Bagels, okay. These kind of go with these three right here, except I'm putting them like B+. They're the highest out of all three of these in my opinion. I think they make the best sandwiches. Best breakfast sandwiches start with a bagel. They also are just, you can get like cinnamon raisin bagels, everything bagels. You can't get, I mean, you probably can, but there's not like cinnamon raisin bread, like everything bread. There's just not like that commonly out there. But with bagels, it's a lot more common. Okay, croissants. Not gonna lie, I croissants. I really do. A nice buttery croissant, pretty good. I'm putting it above oatmeal, but okay, hold on. Oatmeal is the bottom of B in my opinion. Sausage is above it, but I wouldn't put sausage above these core breads because they're too valuable, to just put them down too low. Donuts, I mean, these are like cinnamon rolls. If you see a donut, you're gonna like, if someone out there is saying, oh, I don't like donuts, they're lying. They're lying to you. Okay, my king. The glorious, succulent, tasty biscuits. Personal bias, I love biscuits. S for sure. I'm putting them below all these because, even though I love biscuits, I know they're not better than these. I love biscuits. I think they're phenomenal. I could eat biscuits all day. And they're kind of like these, they're just bread. But for some reason, even though there's like no sugar on them or no like special seasonings, I just love them. I don't know why. Steak and eggs, I mean, if you're eating steak and eggs for breakfast, you're a all-in, let me tell you. But I think everyone enjoys a nice steak and eggs. I guess since it's an egg thing, I'm gonna put it with the other eggs. I would say if you wanted to argue and put the eggs in A, I wouldn't be opposed to that. I would respect that decision. Here's the overall list. There's a lot of things in S. I won't lie. I like to be a very tough ranker, and people might think, oh, this is your first ever tier list, and you're giving away way too many S's. But let me tell you, breakfast food hits. All right. There's a reason why everyone loves breakfast. It's because there's so many like good options out there. Even the B is like arguably like better than some like A's in other categories of food. Like these foods you could choose over some other foods in like a lunch category that are like A and higher. Just because they got steep competition, and that's why they're a B. I'm not saying they're a B because they're average or above average. I'm saying they're a B in their class. That's going to wrap up the first tier list of the channel. Subscribe for more tier lists so I can piss you off with my takes, and you can fight me in the comments. I will fight you back. I'm petty.